Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your show, Minuto Xtra. This is one of your co-hosts, Coach Dana. With me are
Mr. Lovo.
Bench warmer surge.
Mighty Have.
let's go. We had a great week of soccer. We had Europa League, Champions League with some unreal results, with some historic outcomes, and with a lot of things to talk about throughout the week. We're gonna start with the Europa League quarterfinal matches. Um, there, some of them were quick, some of them, were like easy ones. We'll start with Inter Leverkusen. It was a close game. Inter defeated Leverkusen 2-1. Inter scored the two goals at the beginning of the game. Then Kai Havertz scored the one goal. It was a close game overall. Leverkusen won a penalty kick. They didn't get one, but overall Inter had like an easy game. Next quarterfinal game, it was Manchester United against Copenhagen. I was surprised that United went to overtime for this game, and again, they only won it thanks to Bruno Fernandes and his penalty kicks. But again, that was something that you could see in United's future uh, going towards that they had a tough time in the quarters. Shakhtar Donetsk beat FC Basel 4-1. Easy game. And last but not least, Wolverhampton's unfortunately didn't
Didn't make it.
Sevilla couldn't make it through,
I called that last week, Coach. I told you Sevilla's going to win that game.
and
That hurt. That hurt.
Los Españoles on the 80th minute scored a goal by Lucas Ocampos and made it through. Unfortunately, Raúl Jiménez missed a penalty kick, uh, and the Wolves couldn't keep the dreams of the Champions League on. Now, moving to the semifinals. Yesterday, we had a great game between Sevilla and Manchester United. So, Serge is going to tell us more about that.
I mean, what can you say with Manchester United, man? Another disappointing loss. I had Manchester United probably winning this, even though they didn't impress last game with that late goal from Bruno Fernandes. I think here was just a case of Manchester United was the better team throughout the entire game, but Sevilla just capitalized on their opportunities. We didn't have a finisher. Marcus Rashford missed four goals in the span of a minute, like 3 or 4 goals. So he didn't capitalize on his opportunities. But for the most part, Manchester United played a decent game, which I believe they should have won, and Sevilla just capitalized on the errors. So Manchester United again didn't get no silverware. They're not bringing nothing back. I'm pretty disappointed, and I know Lobo is probably not happy. I mean, you got to give it to Sevilla too. I mean, Regulon played a really good game. That left side of Sevilla kind of destroyed Manchester United. Williams didn't play a good game. As always, they have to find reinforcement on that side of the pitch. But yeah, I think Manchester United played a decent game, but they should have won. But Sevilla capitalized, man. They're going forward.
Yeah, about that game. That game was a wake-up call for United because you want to know why he didn't even do a sub 60 minutes, 7 minutes? It's because he doesn't touch that bench. That bench is not one of the strongest bench you have ever seen. He knew that bench was not the best. He didn't want to put them in because they were not going to do anything. What were they going to do? What was Linegar going to do? What was Matic going to do? What was Bailly going to do? And my opinion is it's clear that United need another overhaul to even challenge the Champions League. It's gonna be tough because I'm comparing Klopp and United and Ole's real quick because Klopp has lost semifinals each year, and then towards the 2017-2018 it's when he started to win stuff, and Ole lost 3 semifinals in one season. So I'm saying give this man time. I know what he's doing. What he's doing is good. It's just he needs he needs a good new players to trust. He needs a strong bench and a strong starting 11 to even challenge to anything. The game yesterday, it was not just because of Rashford's poor performance. It was also because of that goalkeeper who was phenomenal in that game. He did at least 11 saves and it was very tough. It shows that our attack, it's fine because there are so many chances, so many goals. There, even though they're blocked, it's just the defense is a huge gap right now. I've been supporting Lindelof for a while now, and I clearly can see that he's not the right man for Maguire. I feel like we need someone else for a better partnership for Maguire. I still would want to say Koulibaly would be the right man for that job, but that price tag is doo-doo.
Wait, cool. Bali and Lindelof?
No, Koulibaly and Maguire. Maguire, because Lindelof, Adrian has a point. Like it was not working out. And after seeing this game, it just opened my eyes. It was like we need to buster up our defense once again because it's just like I don't know what our defense was doing. Maguire was looking back the other way. Lindelof was doing the other way. It's just I feel like the only one person has actually defended was Wan-Bissaka.
Wow.
Throughout,
Yeah, he had a good game.
You think
I think he had a good game. Yeah,
he's
I saw a little. I think he's the strongest defender that we have.
Yes, he is. He's legit
I
better
would say
than
he's
all
the
of us.
strongest.
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree and say he's a.
I'm not gonna say he's great, but he's definitely
He's
bar
legit
none. He's for sure our
better
best defender.
than anybody.
He's
He's better
yeah,
than 80 mil Maguire for a fact. And it's
Yeah.
just like, and it just shows me like we're good on attack. We're good. It's just like that defense costs us so much. And I knew that Ole was gonna put David because it's like,
Who?
what David?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I knew this shit was gonna happen, and I was
He didn't have
like,
he didn't have an effect on the game though.
he didn't. He did decent job. It's just the defense, to be honest. And I'm disappointed, but hey, we made it to 3 semifinals and we still haven't bought anything. I still see a little improvement right there, but that's all I have to say. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just like, there's things that we need, and we shall see in the upcoming transfer windows what's going to happen. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just like, I'm proud of my team right now. So
I think that Manchester United was doing so well post COVID, and I don't know where that shifted to where we are now. When we came back from the layoff or the time off, we came back looking really strong. Koeman came in and looked, he had a real good connection with Bruno Fernandes. The top 3 strikers were connecting, were scoring goals, and then in some part in time, like, they just started falling off. And I don't know, what that attributes to, but yeah, there's some big question marks. Lindelof, with the argument he had with Bruno Fernandes going off on him for I don't know what reason. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There might be something there. I might be reading too much into it, but I just feel like Man United fell off, and for what reason, I have no idea.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if there's any specific area to blame, honestly. I think, just speaking from an outsider's perspective, I'm low-key proud of Man United. And I think this loss, if we look back to when Liverpool lost against Sevilla in the final, right, they looked like they were going to win the whole time, and then they came around and Sevilla smacked them up. I think this is a learning experience for all those young players, and I think it'll be good for them in the long run, especially if they go into the Champions League and they have a nice run, with some new signings. But I wouldn't blame one specific area. I feel like you guys are right. When you guys started up again, when United started up again after COVID, they looked like a different animal to me. They looked confident, they looked reliable back there, and then all of a sudden this game, and even a little bit in the past, they just looked like they weren't themselves. They didn't have that same charisma. They didn't have that same bravado that they're walking with, and I think that made a huge difference. The only look, listen, if I were Lindelof, I would be yelling at Bruno Fernandes because you're supposed to defend from the front. And that whole midfield, I don't think they were just getting passed through. That midfield was made look like an average Sunday league team. I don't think – I know that Pogba was trying his best, but defensively, I don't think Bruno Fernandes was there. I don't think Pogba was there. I think Fred was trying his best, but he just wasn't – he couldn't do it enough, And I think it was a collaborative thing because they were putting so much emphasis on their attack that they were just left so thin, And I feel like
Right.
those opportunities that they had to bury them, because after a while, because of their low confidence, it just started to wean on them, and they just couldn't do it mentally. And I think that's where your coach comes in, and Ole is also learning. So I feel like even though they lost this game, they were one game away from a final, and I still give them credit. I think they did okay, but it's United. You expect more from them.
Exactly. And in the beginning of the season, you wouldn't have thought that Man United would come this far, and or making the Champions League this next season. So, yeah, in some respects, you gotta tip your hat off to them, but it's like you said, it's Man United, so you never want to see them not bring any type of silverware home. So,
to add to what Javi was saying about like how United played so well, I mean like how I guess they didn't do so bad. And I agree with him. First half, I say it was mainly Sevilla's was the main character in the first half. The two charge of the game, would Lopetegui out of play, tiki taka and whatnot. And then second half, it was like the first 15 minutes, it was all United. You could see this by those chances by Martial, Rashford. There, like you said, Serge, in the corner, 6 minutes, Martial and Rashford had like 5 shots on Bona, and he saved every single one of them. Bruno Fernandes played those through balls. He just wanted the strikers to finish. They couldn't finish. Again, United did everything to win the game. I feel like Ole did everything right. And then like Lobo was saying, everyone was asking for like, where are the subs? Where are the subs? But like, who's gonna put in? I do want to say that Pogba had a horrible game. He played really bad, Pogba. But again, like in those games, you can't take him off because he can, out of nowhere, he can create something. He can take a shot. Right. He can go for a corner kick. He can play a through ball. So I don't blame Ole for not taking him off. I don't agree with the fact that Fernandes went up to Lindelof, like to his face, and blame him for the goal. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's his fault, but you can't do it in the middle of the game, especially in the semifinal, in front of everyone, in front of the world. Save that for the locker room. Save that for the halftime talk. Like if anything, just support your team. I'm like, hey, it happened. Let's go. Let's keep going. Because I feel like when you as a teammate, you see your own teammates arguing, it's like your head's like shit. And if they're arguing, we're not gonna make it through. And Sevilla capitalized on that. Again, like Javi was saying, I feel like United was weak on the wings, especially on the Brandon Williams side. Banega kept using the side. Jesus Navas kept going up and down the flank. Unfortunately, United did what they could. They came up short, and now they have to wait and see what they can do during the transfer season and move on.
Yeah, because it's interesting to me because if you look at those players and the experience that they have with United or in general going into tournaments and getting far, a lot of those players, they don't have that much experience. Wan-Bissaka, right, the left back, none of them. Like and mentally that makes a difference. And Sevilla has the history in this competition. They are
5-time champions.
They're the juggernauts in this competition. You should never count them out. I mean, I wouldn't say they're the Madrid, but yeah, you're right a little bit, right?
Like,
yeah. But I mean, kudos to Sevilla, but you always expect Man United to go through, And I think just touching back on my Wolves, I wanted them to go to the final. R.I.P. R.I.P. guys. I had faith in you guys. It didn't work out. Maybe next year.
Not even next year. They're not in any European competitions.
Yo, maybe next year they can get somewhere. Chill out.
They have the FA Cup. They have the Carabao Cup. So
2020 is claiming lives and clubs.
And managers.
We'll talk about that later.
So moving on, we're going to talk about the other semifinal game between Inter de Milan against Shakhtar Donetsk. Easy game. First half, it was a close game. Usually during the first half of semifinal, the teams, they study each other, they see what they have, and then for the second half, they come out with everything. And that's what Inter Milan did. Again, they came out with their starting 11: Handanovic, Godin, De Vrij, Bastoni, 3-5-2 in the midfield. Ambrosi, Nico Barella. Barella played an amazing game. Brozovic, Gilardini, the amazing Ashley Young, and then up top the killers, Romelu Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez. United probably wish they had Lukaku for those shots against the Sevilla goalkeeper, but hey, they let him go.
Animal.
Ashley Young. But again, second half, the game opened up completely. Inter took advantage of the spaces that Shakhtar left in the back. They capitalized, and the game ended 5-0. Now we're going to have a great final between Sevilla and Inter de Milan. Again, like we were saying before, Sevilla, they're an experienced team in the Europa League, 5 times champions. Inter, they have the history of a team, of an experienced team. Conte knows how to win games, win finals, and all of that. So I feel like it's gonna be a great game. The final is on August 21st, 4 days away. So what are your thoughts on this game, Lovo, Sevilla, Inter? Who do you see as the favorites?
You know, this one is a good. To be honest, I'm gonna bet that this game is gonna be better than the Champions League final because of what we're gonna talk about later. Of PSG's Navas is injured and Red Bull could knock them out tomorrow, and we could see a Bundesliga final, which would not be entertaining at all. Sevilla and Inter, it's a tough game. It's gonna be two coaches that know technical wise of like what to do. I would have to go with Inter Milan only because you mentioned that Conte knows how to win finals. I feel like he has legit the best starting 11 in like the whole Serie A. Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez have been killing it, especially Lukaku. He's now up to 36 goals in overall season, so it's gonna be a good game, and I have to go with Inter Milan with 3-1. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Inter on this one too. But to be honest, it's like a toss-up to me. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. I don't think anyone's gonna score more than 2 goals. If that, it might be like a 1-0 game. This might go to penalties. But if I had to see someone going through, I'd probably have to say Inter just because Lukaku's in crazy form right now. I think he's like reaching his peak. That last goal that he just scored, where he just, got the ball and turned around and just like went full steam ahead. I mean, that was a crazy ass goal, and the finish was amazing as well. I think man for man, I think Inter just has more in the tank for this game. So I think Inter probably is going to take this. But it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think it's going to be a crazy interesting game to the point where it might be better than the Champions League final. But yeah, I think Inter has this.
I mean, I'm just looking at the players that they have, what's going on here. And, you guys are so right. Inter Milan looks so stacked.
And look at the bench, too. The bench is like...
Yeah, they have Alexis Sanchez on the bench right now.
Yeah, but he's injured right now.
Christian Eriksen.
Is he?
Yeah.
And they got Eriksen, yeah.
Sanchez is confirmed to be injured, so he's out for the season.
Victor Moses is no joke, Victor Moses is no joke. I don't mind Victor Moses, Christian Eriksen. Okay. Look, I'm going to go against the grain here and go for a Spanish win. I do feel like I'm just saying, I do feel like Conte, he is such a tactician, man. And, oh, man, that defense, like if we're talking about this game today, like Shakhtar, they had chances, right? Until they got to the final third. Then it was just smothered, literally smothered. That defense, it was so organized. It was beautiful to see, honestly, and the counterattack was gorgeous. They're putting a lot of faith in Lukaku. I have a huge amount of respect for that man. He's such an intellectual person. The amount of languages that guy knows, he's actually intelligent. And yeah, it's actually ridiculous how crappy United treated him. But I'm gonna go with Sevilla win. I think that they have the backing of their history. Their coach is hungry for wins. They want to get that 6th title. And I think they're going to put a marker down Sevilla. and make the next step forward in Europe. I think this is a big game for them.
What about you, Coach?
I'm gonna go with Sevilla, 2-1.
So yeah, going back to what you guys were saying, I agree with Javi on these. I think Sevilla is gonna win, just because there have been times where like Conte makes it to the finals, but then he chokes. I don't know why. But he has won finals, but at the same time he has lost some of them. I just see more. I see Sevilla more as a team, attacking wise. Yes, they don't have the names that Inter does, but defensively on the midfield and on the attacking third, they do a really good job on creating chances for them to score. I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be better than Champions League final. Sergio's team, I think it's gonna be. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes to overtime. I think it's gonna be like 2-1, 1-1. Your typical close, Italian game, Serie A game. Sevilla's gonna go with a tiki-taka. Inter's gonna go with their counter-attack. It's gonna be a tactician match. A lot of moving pieces, just like chess. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. Not entertaining, just fun to watch, to analyze each piece, different things. But I'll say Sevilla. In overtime, they'll win the game. I don't know the score, but they're gonna go to overtime. But now, moving on, we're gonna go to Lobo's favorite segment, let's call it the Lobo Report.
Ha!
Hey, I like that.
There you go.
Oh,
Came back. The Lobo Report came back.
the Lobo Report is back here. Now we're gonna talk about some transfer. Yes, Lobo Report is here. Now we're gonna talk about some transfer rumors. This one especially for Javi. I don't know if I'm saying his first name right. Emiliano Martinez. He's open talks with. He's open to leave.
Emiliano?
Yeah, Emiliano Martinez is open to leave Arsenal for this summer. He knows that Leno's going to come back. He's going to be his second bench once again. He wants that more playing time. And I see him leaving in this summer to whatever club it is. I don't know, but he's opened the first step to open conversation with other clubs. What do you guys think?
As an Arsenal fan, I think it's a good move for him personally. If Arsenal is not willing to give him the opportunity after what he's shown us, after the decade of dedication, then he has to go. And, at the end of the day, if they can get money from, why not? But I think, I don't know, man. I would keep him. I would keep him and put him ahead of Leno.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, for the first half, until he messes up. Seriously.
Wow.
No. Until he consistently messes up.
Okay. There we go.
Because he has shown us so much. And I like his footwork better than Leno's, to be honest with you. And I feel so comfortable when he's on the ball. When Leno's on the ball, sometimes I feel like he can get caught out. So, in my opinion, look, if they really need the money, I don't know what the heck goes on with Arsenal's finances. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they lend it to the Kroenke.
You guys lied to us last summer saying you only have like 20 mil, and then you end up signing 3 players.
And one for 80 mil.
You gotta keep it.
Lolo.
You gotta keep it on the Lolo. You don't want to flex the whole bag.
That's why he's coming to Barca and they overcharge him.
You don't want to get hustled out here. It's all good. But, honestly, look, if you tell me that he's going to go and get more playing time, then I respect that, But I don't think there's a better number 2. I don't think there's a better number 2 in the league than him. Maybe Romero compares. Romero stacks up against him. But I think he's the best number 2 in the league, and we should keep him because he's going to push Leno forward. He's going to push him to have competition. And, he's nursing – I've heard his injury is a lot more serious than we first thought. So I would keep him, man. If you bring in another keeper, who are you going to bring in? That's going to be compared to Martinez. He knows the league. He's been at Arsenal for a decade. It just doesn't make sense for us to sell him. But if we really need the money, get him out of here.
So before I go with Coach and Serge's thing, what happens? So think about this. So say if Martinez does leave. you can bring in Romero because Dean Henderson wants to be that number one at United, and then have De Gea as a backup. Would you think about that?
De Gea will not be a backup.
I told him to think about that.
No, I like Martinez more than Romero. I think plus Martinez he's younger, he's cheaper. You know, I don't know. All that says, you know, why not just keep him then and give him a new contract?
I was just gonna say, just keep him, give him more money, boom.
That's it. Keep it simple. Keep it pushing.
More money. It's not all about money. It's all about playing first team. You don't want another Bale, but you already have a Bale.
No, you know, but listen, Martinez is on 20K a week. You know, that's not a lot of money, you know. You bolster that up a little bit, you know, I think he'd be happy. And the fact of the matter is that he was in net when we won a trophy, Mikel Arteta's first trophy. I think that means something to him, you know, and he's willing to give him the chance. Mikel doesn't look like the type of man to be like, yo, Leno's back, you got to go, you know. He looks like if you prove to him that you can play and you deserve it, you're in there, you know. So I don't know. It's something for him to think about also, because he could really cement his legacy at Arsenal if he performs like that consistently.
Yeah, I think he should stay in Arsenal. I mean, like you said, I think why don't you try and compete for that number one spot, especially if, you know, there's rumors of you trying to leave. Why would you bring someone else if you're Arsenal? If, like Javi was saying, he's been there for a while, he's already won the trophy there. All he needs is some playing time. You know, he has he's like 27. He's not old, you know, like you said, if Arsenal needs the money, go ahead and do it. But I mean, how much money are you going to be saving on letting him go? You know what I mean? So I agree with Javi 100%. I'd say keep him, have him fight and compete for that number one spot, and bring out a better performance from your number one guy, which is Leno. So if that's how Martinez feels, you know, he'll up his level of play, and that would only up Leno's level of play. So just keep him.
Yeah.
Your final thoughts, Coach, because you like cut in through Javi's thing. I want your own personal opinion.
Oh, he should stay. He's 27. The most money Arsenal can get for him, the most like exaggerating, it's like 15 million. To really, you know, to let someone like that go only for 15 million, it's not worth it. Just offer him a better contract. Keep going.
All right. Moving on from this, David Sevilla has joined Real Sociedad, something I did not see coming, to be honest. I legit had his eyes set on Lazio, but they hijacked this deal, and now he's signed with Sociedad. He's making his return from La Liga over 10 years ago. Damn. Yo, what are your thoughts about that, guys?
He's a great player. Like you said, last time he was La Liga was 10 years ago with Valencia. He's old, yeah, but he can still add more to the game, to La Liga. He's 34 years old. He probably has like 2 good seasons on him. Sociedad, they just lost Odegaard back to Madrid. So David Silva will be the perfect replacement. Less speed, less youth, yeah, but the technique, the creativity, the experience is there. So I think it's a great pick by Real Sociedad.
I'm glad his career is not over, man. Seeing him play is nice. It's a treat. Yeah, and I'm glad that he's staying in the league. I mean, in another major league for at least one more year. I don't know how much longer he could go, though, realistically speaking. I think he would want to probably retire and focus on either coaching or his family. You know, he seems like a huge family man, you know. But I'm happy.
I don't think he has enough. Well, he's like 30, what, 5?
34.
34? Yeah, so he's up there, you know. La Real Sociedad just you know, lost Odegaard going to Real Madrid. So I think that'll be not a long-term replacement, but it'll be a replacement for years for them to figure out what they're going to do next. They finished, like 5th, 6th in La Liga? Something like that. So, you know, it'll be nice to have that experience on the roster. for Real Sociedad. And like you said, he probably only has a good year or two left in him. He'll be playing in La Liga, so I think it's good. He's gonna get a statue in Manchester City. So shit, he obviously did something right.
which baffles me so much because
yeah. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, okay.
If you think about it, Manchester City, it's not a history team, legendary team.
Yeah, they're a new. Yeah,
they're a new team.
Silva, technically is one of the heroes. He won so many titles with them.
Yeah. They formed around 2010, so they've been in the league for 10 years. So, moving on, I'm going back to Arsenal for a bit. So there's like a rumor radar about how Arsenal want Thomas Partey, and Atletico Madrid want 50, and Atletico Madrid want 50 mil. Now, do you think that Arsenal need this signing, or they're better off by what they have right now? And I want Serge to start it off and leave Javi for last.
Okay. Say that again. I'm bad. I wasn't paying attention.
So
who are they signing?
So no, it's not who they want to sign. It's just like it's a rumor like they might want Thomas Partey because he hasn't done anything for Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid is holding out for 50 million euros for him. Do you think that's a good deal for Arsenal? Or does Arsenal stick what they have and look for something else?
I think Arsenal should look for something else because there's a lot of rumors right now going on with Arsenal. I mean, they're looking for new signings everywhere. Honestly, for 50 mil.
I mean, they do need that defense, to be honest.
They do. But for 50 mil, I mean, I'll let Javi talk on this because that's his team. I mean, for 50 mil, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you. I think they could use that money. I mean, damn, but David Luiz, and then you have for 50 mil. I don't know, Javi. What do you think? That 50 mil tag.
I mean, look, man. When I hear the name Partey, what I think about is authority. And that's something we have not had for like 2 decades. I mean, since Vieira, right? Since Vieira left, Abu Dhabi was supposed to be that next guy that filled in. He was a big French guy, very technically gifted, but injuries slowed him down, right? Then you had Alex Song. Alex Song was not the wave. We all know that. He was a good player for a while. But, look, if I'm Arsenal, you have to bolster that spine. And, every year since I've been young, I've been hearing about Arsenal saying, oh, we're building for the future. We're building for the future. We're building for the future. And the future hasn't come yet. And I'm pretty old now, So
I'm sick of it.
You do realize you and Partey are the same age, right?
Yo, man. Yeah, listen. We're getting there. Partey and I are the same age. So I think Partey is a player who could come in, have an immediate effect on that midfield. You have to get him the right partner so he can have his moments, and whoever's on the other side can create, But if you're not focusing, we need a center back. That should be Arsenal's priority. But a CDM is right next to center back. They're right on equal playing field. Because for some reason, and we've talked about this in the past, Mikel Arteta doesn't rate Lucas Torreira. For whatever the reason is. Maybe it's because of his size. Maybe it's because of his style of play. Maybe he feels like he holds the ball too long. I'm not sure. But when I see Partey, I feel like it's a player that we can feel confident in the midfield and see what he could do. So I'm okay with splashing the money because he's going to make an immediate impact.
Tomas, for me, it's a good player. Lately, Cholo Simeone hasn't been using him as much. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the style of play that Simeone changed from his 4-3-3 for 4-4-2 now. But talking about the style of play, Arteta has been using the 3-5-2 formation a lot. So I don't see Tomas in the 3-5-2 with Xhaka and Ceballos. Like, he's gonna have to take one of them off, either Shaq or Ceballos, so he can put Tomas on, in that starting 11, or he can go back to a 4-2-3, make Tomas the number 6, and have Shaq on the left, Ceballos on the right, Aubameyang, like I said, and Pepe. So that's something Arteta needs to think about. But I don't think Tomas will be as efficient as he is now in a 3-5-2 formation. If Arteta moves back to the 4-2-3, I say, yeah, why not? He's a big guy. He's great with his feet. Great CDM. 50 mil nowadays is really nothing. So overall, I think, yeah, he will be a great signing for us if it happens.
Okay, that's good. This one going back to Serge again. So rumors have it that Juventus are offering Douglas Costa to Man United. What do you think about that deal, Serge?
My only problem with that would probably be his injury prone. He's always injured. I think if we can see past that, and if we can get some good minutes and good games out of him, I wouldn't have a problem with that. He has that experience, and he has that kind of, not, I wouldn't say he's a leader, but he definitely has that confidence in his way of playing. So I'm all for it, to be honest with you. Depending on what they're asking for, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I don't think he would be I don't think he would make a huge difference. He would make the team a little better, but I don't think that's what we need. I think we can probably get something better. And isn't he getting up there in age too? Isn't he like
31?
29.
Yeah, so
he's gonna be 30. He's gonna be 30 next month.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Coach.
Same thing. Like, he's a great player, like amazing player, but his injuries have really take a toll out of him. Since 2018, he only played 56 games, so that's out of I think 80. So he missed something like half the season. A little less, but still, on important games he hasn't been there. He's always injured. I just don't see him being a solution for United. Great player, yeah, but
do you guys think this is something like Arsenal and having David Luiz and William as backroom, almost like mentors in a way, and Douglas Costa for Daniel James? No.
I just don't see Daniel James out in the world.
You don't see Daniel James
unless Daniel James gets the what's his name? Traore treatment, gets super buff for no reason, then
Traore, damn. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I think he's a great player. I think he's a great squad player too. You guys only want to have that on the bench, coming off the bench. I think that would be a great addition, personally. But yeah. I mean, the problem with those Juve players and all those players from these teams like that, like PSG, is that they have these ridiculous wages, and you don't need that per se, especially when they're of that age, and you can be investing in a 23, 24, 25-year-old who's getting closer to his peak and can potentially bring more to the team, and can basically create a legacy for himself at United. So that's the tricky part. So that's why, in my mind, I think about Willian and David Luiz at Arsenal. Maybe they're trying to finesse something like that, so that way there's somebody there to mentor these kids. Because, like we talked about, a lot of these guys don't have experience, and one of the ways to get that is to play with people that have it and, learn from them. So, but who knows? I don't know. For me, it's not a go. For me, it's not a go. I think it's a huge risk. It's a risk.
It's a risk.
I mean, I think if we can get him at a good price, I wouldn't say no to him. Like you said, having him on the bench wouldn't hurt, and I just felt like he was so old because he was never on the pitch. I was like, yo, what's going on with this guy? I wouldn't, for the right price, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't mind it.
Especially since Champions League is coming for United. They need more squad depth.
Yeah.
Two more things off my list, and then we move on to what Coach's favorite topic is. This one is like a where should he go thing. I'm gonna give you a player and you tell me where he's going by what I list. So Zaha wants to leave Crystal Palace. There are 3 clubs in mind of where he should go. Should he go to Dortmund, PSG, or Monaco? I'm gonna start that off with Coach right now.
The problem with Zaha is his price tag. Crystal Palace, they're asking for way too much money. They're asking for like 80 million, 90 million. When he's a skillful player. He scored some goals, but like overall, like I don't think he's worth those 80 million. I see him going to what was that? Dortmund,
PSG, or Monaco. Those are the 3 clubs that are interested in Zaha.
Definitely, Monaco doesn't have any money for that for sure. PSG, I feel like PSG will definitely benefit out of that. He can be like a great substitute player for Mbappe, Neymar, and whatnot. But again, the problem with him is the price tag, and he's gonna turn 28 in next month. If they are able to buy him for 50, I'll say yeah, PSG.
You guys really think Zaha in this market, in this climate, he's going to go for 50 mil? I think he's going to go for easily 30 mil. You know?
If he goes.
If he goes, he's going for 30 mil. And I think Crystal Palace is willing to accept that right now. Or do you guys disagree?
I mean, he wants to leave Crystal Palace, so he will go for anything.
Like 2 seasons then.
He's made it. He's like really decisive on leaving. For me, I mean, coming off the bench, I mean, what is his big argument on leaving? He
wants more.
He just wants more money.
He basically wants money and actual trophy. So where do I see him is basically PSG because they're the only one who win something.
He's not gonna leave Crystal Palace to go to Monaco. And what was the other one? It was Monaco,
and
PSG,
Dortmund.
And Dortmund?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, no, PSG would probably be his landing spot. For sure. And who knows what's going on with – I mean, damn, we got to wait for the Champions League to be over, right? I mean, how is Mbappe going to feel and Neymar with what's going on in Barcelona? What happens if PSG doesn't win the Champions League final this year? Wow. How are they going to feel? Is that going to be the end of PSG? Is Neymar going to go back to La Liga, or is Mbappe going to be like, fuck it, I'm going to Real Madrid? Like, you know, then what's going to happen? So it's I mean, honestly, I do want Mbappe though. So
every Madrid fan wants Mbappe, man.
But yeah, he'll probably land in PSG for sure.
Yeah. Last thing for you, Mighty Hav.
What was that?
What was about you? Everyone gave their opinion of where he's going. You agree with PSG?
I give my little man, I think he should go back to United. Prove everybody wrong.
That's not happening. Not happening. We sold him. Why would he want to come back? He has shown no interest of going back.
Yeah. I mean, I think
United wanted him last season.
Yeah, I think they wanted him back. But if I'm Wilfried Zaha, I'm at this age, I'm going to a place like PSG where I'm going to get paid and potentially win trophies. I mean, you're going to win the fucking league. So that's already a check. Sure. On top of that, you can play Champions League. You know, that's a win. You know, it's a no-brainer for him if they're actually going in for him. And I think Crystal Palace is ready to sell him. You know, that's it. They're not really investing in their squad like that. It's ridiculous. I feel bad for him because, you know, Crystal Palace throughout history, they used to have players. Like every now and then they would have like really good players, but they just don't push on, you know. So he's got to go just for his career and just for his own name. You know, I get it. He wants something better.
Yeah. So this last topic, we're going to touch this upon right now instead of touching it towards the end. Ronald Koeman going to Barcelona. I want you guys' opinions on that. I've been calling this shit for a year now, and you guys laugh at me, and this shit's about to happen. Coach, start it off.
To be honest, I don't know too much about Koeman. I just know that he had a great season with Southampton. Then he went to Everton. He signed some players for so much money that all those players were garbage. And then eventually he got sacked from Everton. And then he went to Netherlands, where he did a great job. Actually, he got rid of the Arjen Robben, Schneider's, Huntelaar, the old timers, Van Persie, and he brought the youth, Danny de Van der Beek, Depay, Neres. Well, no, Neres. Forgot the other striker. But yeah, he brought the youth back to Netherlands. Their playing style, all of that. So, talking about controlling a stacked, crazy ego locker room, he's gonna be great at Barcelona. Now, his style of play is really your typical Barcelona, attacking, moving the ball around, tiki taka. That's his style of play. Now, will it work? I think he's making a huge mistake by leaving Netherlands and going to Barcelona. Huge mistake.
Um, yeah, I don't know much. I don't know. I think this is a tricky one because I think this was a natural move for him. I think he eventually was going to go back, but I think it comes too soon for him. I think Barcelona are in this huge, and I mean massive transition period in their club history where I haven't seen La Masia firing like they did in the past in forever. That whole school of thought needs a shakeup. And there for you to put him in charge, I don't think they go about electing their coaches the right way or managers the right way. I think what they do is they want the immediate success. But to build what they had, it took so much time. It took so much development of a philosophy, right? And that philosophy needs a shakeup, right? So you need somebody that going in has an idea as to how to solve that issue, because it's not just an issue on the first team. It's a grassroots thing basically for them bottom up. You know, they have a great educational program, but that's all it's become is an educational program. It's not a school of football anymore. They're graduating more regular adults than they are soccer players. And that's a problem for them. And I don't know if Koeman can do it. I'm kind of excited to see. He looks like he means business all the time. But I don't. There's so many egos at that club that, like Busquets, you don't think he's an ego, but he's an ego. He's been there so long.
All of them.
All of them. And it's incredible. So, and I think if he goes in there, he has to go in there laying down the groundwork and saying, "Hey, look, these are my demands, and we have to meet them."
Especially to Messi.
Yeah, I mean, not just to Messi, to the president, to everybody. This is how we're gonna move forward. And you hope that if they choose him, if they have chosen him, it's for that reason, because they believe in his philosophies, they believe in his solutions to the issues that they have. But it's just tough with Barca and Real. I feel like they're just so quick to pull the trigger. I'm worried for him and his career, but I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It was a decision that came out of nowhere, right? I mean, everyone thought that. Everyone in the Barca fan base wants Xavi, right? That's who they've been gunning for. That's who they want. And I don't know if Xavi's the answer to their problems. And I don't think Koeman is an answer to the problem either. I mean, what they want right now is to win. And is he the answer? Looking at his record, what has he won in the past? Messi wants someone that can come in and take control of, the players off the pitch. And Koeman looks like, he can be that person. But like Coach said, I don't know too much of Koeman, but from what I've seen is, he did coach Ajax. He was coaching Valencia, so he has the experience of the managerial side, but there's so much egos in that locker room. And it's not even so much what he can do on the pitch is how he maneuvers and controls the players stylistically, I feel like, because at this point, he needs to control the players on the team. So it's a toss-up. I really don't know what's going to come out of it. and I don't know if he's the answer for it. I guess we just have to wait and see.
The problem with this is that the re-election comes for March for Barcelona. Xavi has said that will come back once that re-election comes. So it really sucks for whoever takes the Barcelona job, because no matter what, they're going to be leaving next year and Xavi's going to take over. So
Win something.
yeah. So Koeman taking the job, I said this before, but now that in the circumstance, it's kind of bad for him to take the job because he's only going to be there for what, one season? Heck, if he's going to even win something. And plus, you have to like legit clear out the whole Barcelona squad. The only people that have to stay is legit Ter Stegen, Messi, and De Jong. That's it. The rest out. They all need to go. Bring up La Messiah back. Bring those Buf.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard to pull Messi, but you gotta pull Messi eventually.
Eventually, but he has so much control over everyone that someone needs to grow cojones and be like, bench your ass or get the fuck out the club.
But he wants to leave, though. He for sure wants to leave.
He's not leaving. He's not leaving. He's just putting pressure on the board to make changes quick. He's not leaving at all because he can't live without Barcelona. He legit can. He's nothing without them.
I mean, I wouldn't say that he's nothing without them. I mean,
he's the best player in the world, and I think Messi in any other team would. I think Messi in another team would be just as good anywhere else. To be honest with you, he can win anywhere. It's not like Messi literally carries Barcelona on his shoulders in most games. So what's to say he wouldn't be able to do that somewhere else, you know? And if he had the help, he can maybe even shine even greater. I mean, he's only getting older. He's not going to be running from box to box. You know what I mean? So I don't see why Barcelona would not be like, you know what, this might be the time to let go of Messi, you know? So I see him. I don't see it being crazy for him to leave. You know what I mean?
wow. I mean, this is a serious debate because Piqué is there, Busquets is there.
There's so many people that are probably going to be gone.
Suarez is there, Rakitic, Arturo Vidal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but these are
Suarez too.
Yeah, these are players though that in their day they're pretty lethal, you know. And it's kind of crazy when you think back to the Griezmann transfer now. You know, Griezmann is 29 years old, and you dropped a whole lot of cash on him, a lot. And I'm not sure what the point of that was anymore. I'm not really sure. I don't know if it, because it's clear as day that, I mean, Messi wanted Neymar back. I mean, I think we all know that, right?
Yeah.
Or we just like following the hype or the cloud. I mean, he didn't want Griezmann, and whoever chose to pick up Griezmann just seems like
It was the
he's
board.
just there, man. He seems like a side character.
It was all the board's decision of picking Griezmann, picking Coutinho.
But yeah, Lobo. So let's move on because we have a different segment for all Barcelona.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to start that up.
You wanted to tease them?
Yeah. You can do it. Go for hours.
Yeah, I mean, I love this that we keep talking depth. We're gonna talk more about Barca a little bit later. We're gonna keep it going. But I'm gonna pass it on to Coach on his favorite topic and Champions League. Low report. Out, man.
So moving on, Champions League time. What a week! What games! Amazing games. When Corona happened, you know, soccer suspended. There was no soccer all over the world. So, like, it made you appreciate all those little games, Burnley versus Southampton, Burnley versus Sheffield Wednesday. But now being able to see these kind of games, these kind of matches, Atalanta, PSG, Leipzig, Atletico, Bayern, Barca, Sierra Leone, every single one of them were great games to watch, great entertainment. Some of them were closer than others, you know, the Barca, Bayern. But overall, great week for the soccer fanatics. So let's start with the Atalanta PSG. Atalanta with the usual 3-4-3. Unfortunately, they didn't have Ilicic. He's still in Slovenia, suffering from how he got cheated by his wife. He's suffering from depression.
Yeah.
He's out of, he's out for God knows who. And then PSG, unfortunately, they couldn't have Di Maria and Verratti. They were suspended. And then Mbappe was in the bench because he was coming back from injury. You can definitely tell how much PSG misses those three players. First half, it was all Atalanta. They were attacking, creating chances and whatnot. The only thing that we saw from PSG in the first half, it was Neymar with his three amazing chances. The one where he met the player, he took on two players, he took his shot. Unfortunately, didn't go in. He was Vinicius for the first half. He did everything right, but as soon as he got in front of the goal,
Yeah.
he couldn't finish. Second half, Mbappe came on, completely changed the game. He opened up the field more. He was creating more spaces and chances for Mario Icardi to take him, for Neymar to take the space. And the game was ending. The game was about to be done. Tuchel, the PSG coach, he decided to put in the almighty Stoke City legend, Choupo-Moting, the Cameroonian striker. He came up for Ricardo. When I saw that, I was like, wow, this guy has balls to take Ricardo out and put in
Tuchel?
Tuchel, and then put in the amazing Stoke City legend. And it was a great game. The last 10 minutes, it was amazing. Mbappe come back with Neymar come back with Mbappe. Mbappe went down the flank, curls the ball for Marquinhos. Marquinhos one touch happening. Finally 1-1. I thought they're gonna go to VAR, but they didn't. Now, towards the last era of the game, the last minute of the game, 92 and 30 seconds, there was play by Neymar. He played nice and passed to Mbappe. No, Mbappe played to Neymar. Neymar crossed the ball in. Mbappe tapped it in. 2-1. PSG finally made it to the semifinals after all years.
It wasn't him. It was not Neymar or Mbappe who scored the goal.
No. So they played the assist.
Okay. I was about to say no. You're playing it wrong.
So yeah, great result. Finally, after all these seasons, they made it to the semifinals of the Champions League. Tuchel was excited. You could see his reaction. Even though he had a broken leg, he got up from the cooler and he celebrated. So what are you guys' thoughts on this game?
Well, I had Atalanta winning this game. I thought, with the missing pieces that PSG had, I thought Atalanta was going to win this game 1-0, maybe 2-1. I actually had the score reversed. And I was right for the first 90 minutes of the game, which was so fucking insane. I honestly really thought Atalanta was going to take this. I really didn't think that they were going to risk putting Mbappe on, but I guess Mbappe was feeling good. And you can see, man, when he came on, man, he was taking shots. He obviously created that crazy change in the game. His pace was too much for the defenders. And, he created a huge difference. Atalanta, for the most part, they were solid. They were consistent, man, and they were playing real confident. They were playing real tough. It was a really physical game, especially in that second half. Like you said, Neymar was really the only one creating chances in that first half. Icardi kind of seemed like he was lost. He wasn't really supplying much. He wasn't in the game for, most of the game. That's why he was subbed out. But yeah, man, PSG showed that, they have heart and grit. And they came back, man, and it was like 2 minutes or like a minute. They scored those two goals. And you can see what it meant to the coach, and you see what it meant to Neymar, especially. Because he was putting his heart out there, man. So it's good to finally see PSG move on. This is the farthest they've gone in the Champions League in a while. So good for them. Atalanta, you gotta give kudos to Atalanta too, man. They came out too. They almost had it in the bag, man, but that's soccer. That heartbreak, man, was real, but PSG came out with the W.
Yeah, I agree with Serge. I had Atalanta winning too. I felt like they had shooters, man, and they were hungry. I was at work listening to the game, and I knew that they were winning, and I was like, I called this. I was gonna come into the podcast with my
I was the same way. I was the same way. I was like, let's go.
All of a sudden, that quality took over, and I was just like, oh boy,
Mbappe changed the game.
that was quick, man. It just goes to show you, the difference. You want to talk as much as you can. You trash talk Neymar as much as you want, but like him and Mbappe, they change games. Like
Quality.
these are experienced players under pressure, and that's what they bring to the table. They said, "Yo, these guys, they're a joke. Let's go." Grab them by the scruff of the neck and say, "Boom!" And they carried the team forward. So I mean, you got to give them the respects, honestly, because that's not an easy thing to do, as we saw with Man City, United. Some teams just couldn't handle the pressure this week. So it was a big week. It was a big week for them.
Yeah, and especially that second goal from PSG, man. That through pass that Neymar did for Mbappe, that was such a beautiful pass. I mean, literally, both goals came from Neymar and Mbappe building the play. So
Yeah.
that goes to show you, man, the value that PSG has in them. And like I said, if PSG doesn't win this Champions League, who knows what happens, So
I was scared because I told you that I have PSG riding all this. I was scared, but the game changer was Mbappe. It was crazy how Mbappe like legit makes that team. He's like, and I was surprised he even he came on the pitch. I thought they were just gonna not put him on, but no, he came on. He made the difference for them. I really have nothing to say on PSG are in the semifinals right now. So, coach, let's keep the train going.
No, moving on. Next game. It was an upset result because I want Atletico to win. I like Cholo Simeone. I don't like his style that much, but I like him as a person. He played a great rival, RB Leipzig. Leipzig with their 3-3-3-1 formation. I just love this coach. I love this coach. He's only 33, 34 years old. He's modernizing the game. His attacking style of play is amazing. When they're defending, it's like a 4-3-3, but then when they're going to attack, it's a 3-3-3-1. It's crazy the way they play the game, the way the players move around all over the field. Upamecano, the center back, amazing game. He shut down Joao Felix, Costa, Morata, everyone who came in as a striker for Atletico Madrid. He shut him down. Great game by him. Now Atletico Madrid, like I said before, I love Luciano Simeone, but his mentality, I don't want to say coward, but like he's too defensive. Like he spent so much money on this player. He spent $100 million, 120 I think for Joao Felix, and like you're playing a 4-4-2, parking the bus, waiting to see what the other team does, and then you decide what to do. Like for me, that was insane. Like yeah, he was missing Angel Correa. He was missing there was another player who had Corona as well. Forgot who it was. They were missing two important players, but still, he had Tomas on the bench. Now, the game was going well for Atletico Simeone, for Atletico Madrid. He loves his 1-1s. He thought he was going to go to overtime, but out of nowhere, the American from New York, I believe, I have to look that up. He's from New Jersey, New York, Tyler Adams. Academy player of New York Rebels. That's right.
Oh my God.
Yep.
This man does the audacity to show us
Let's
the
go.
He came in as a sub. He took a shot. It deflected on Jose Maria Jimenez, but the ball went in anyways. Still counts for Tyler Adams. First American to score a goal in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Great goal for him. Great goal for America. Great goal for the New York Rebels. I work for them.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, boy.
So yeah, he scored in the 80th minute. 80th minute, he scored a goal. So maybe you thought like each other would put in Vitolo, maybe Tomas, but no, you know what he did? He took out, I believe he took out a Coque and he put in Felipe as center back. Why did he put in Felipe? So he would play Felipe as a striker, and then Felipe would just go inside the box and wait for the crosses to come in. So like, as a coach, when you do that, it shows that you didn't have a plan B. You weren't prepared for whenever the shit hits the fan. So like as a coach, you need to be ready for like in case he's scoring you, what should you do next? Them love you, right?
Especially in the Champions
My
League
little
game.
thing
next
keeps calling us, man.
in the learning. That's what's Harry Potter magician.
Let me, yo, I'm just gonna say this. Like, you are absolutely correct. If Simeone has bought a motherfucking 120 mil kid, and you're supposed to play him as a
Play
a key
good.
striker,
He play good. He balled out.
and I don't understand. Like, yes, he always plays defensively, which has me worried sometimes because I know like you saying like he likes to give the ball away just to see it to observe, then counterattack it. But it's just like you should have seen this coming. Like you should have made the substitute earlier and just did something because like the Red Bull Leipzig outclassed Simeone, and it just shows that like he needs a change going on to the next season for both Champions League and La Liga. He needs to to adapt something new, and he needs to play those strikers, those attackers, because you bought them for a reason. So use them earlier on. To be honest, that's legit. All I have to say for him. Like it sucks. I had him going in. I want to see Atletico Madrid and PSG, but to my surprise, Red Bull Leipzig beat Atletico Madrid, and they're in the semifinals, and they're facing PSG now, which is crazy. Kudos to everyone. They played without Werner, which says something a lot. And I'm just like baffled that Red Bull are facing PSG right now. I'm so surprised they beat Atletico. Kudos to them. Congratulations to them. Simeone, you got to think up of a new game plan for next season because you bought a fucking kid that's worth 120 mil. Use that kid. Legit.
Yeah, and the 120 mil showed in that penalty kick too. I mean, a kid of his age, this is what it's probably his first Champions League game coming on, right?
I mean, he played
coming on
in the Champions League last season.
He played before in the Champions League in the match.
Last season with Benfica. No, actually, you know what? I think that was Europa League.
That was Europa League.
Yeah, so in this stage to have that pressure on you, man, to come on and like make a penalty shot, said a lot. And he scored. The 120 mil showed him in that goal. But I think the big takeaway here is Simeone and his tactics. I think everyone knows how he's gonna come out and play. He's gonna play that defensive lineup. He's gonna play that counterattack tactic. And I think the Red Bulls played exactly in that favor. They played out on the wings with Angelino. He was pretty much open on that left side. They were spreading out Atletico Madrid's squad. So I think I think the biggest problem here is Simeone. Like you can't just expect for your tactic to work every time when it hasn't been, and for a couple games now or a couple seasons. Everyone knows how you're going to come out, so everyone's going to know how to play you. And the Red Bulls actually showed that in this last game. And honestly, I thought Atletico would have shown a little more, and I think Red Bulls was kind of on the lower end because they lost Werner, but they showed up and they showed up big. So I think this is an interesting Champions League season. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, Nagelsmann is the coach that I wanted to take over for Wenger when he left.
Papa Wenger,
bro. Grandpa Wang. Yeah, it's actually really refreshing to see his tactics, the way he goes about the game. He feels like a young guy. He reminds me a little bit of Arteta, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I really like his philosophies and the way that he's growing into coaching. And I think it really was philosophy against philosophy. Diego Simeone against a young buck that believes in attacking football. And, I think in that second goal, you saw everything that Atletico Madrid was, and you saw everything that Nagelman and RB Leipzig is, Here's a coach that says, you know what, go out there, play your football, play beautiful football, take your chances, right? And Simeone, we know how he works. So this kid took his chance, and he got lucky. The goal was deflected. and he won the game. But that just goes to show you what proactive thinking and proactive football looks like, and how it can get you the one up against a big team like Atletico Madrid. And I think shout out goes to him, because I think Diego Simeone taking him out is not easy. Simeone is a hard coach to coach against, and I feel like so many other coaches have been like caught out against them, So for this young guy to do it, it's good for him, and it only bodes well for the future for him. And I think he's coming to the Premier League in the next couple of years, so everybody else has got to watch out soon.
Great game. RB Leipzig versus PSG in the semis. We'll talk about it a little later. Now, for the best game of the week, a game enjoyed by many Madridistas, by many people around the world. Bayern versus Barcelona.
You're jumping.
Great game.
What a game. It wasn't even a game. It was a slaughterhouse.
I was shocked to see the Quique Setién coming out with a 4-4-2 formation, especially because you have $100 million player like Griezmann in the bench, and Barcelona when they played with the 4-1-2-1-2 with the Rumble in the middle, they played really well. And even in La Liga, when they play with that formation, they played really well. But I don't know why he keeps going back to his 4-4-2 that hasn't been working. He played 4-4-2 against Madrid and they lost. Like, what are you doing? He keeps playing Busquets. Busquets had a horrible game. Rakitic was on the bench. But before we go to that, lineups: Semedo, Piqué, Lenglet, Jordi Alba. 4-4-2, right side to left: Sergio Roberto, Busquets, Frankie de Jong, Arturo Vidal, and up top, Messi and Lionel Messi. Sorry, Messi and Luis Suarez. And Bayern Munich, same lineup as always: Kimmich, Boateng, Alaba, Alphonso Davies, one newer on goal, of course. The two midfielders, Thiago Alcantara and Goretzka, but it was more like a one in front of the other. Thiago was always behind the midfielders. Sometimes he will like stay back in between Alaba and Jerome Boateng. And then up front, the top three, I won't even tell you which side because they can move from left to right, up and down. Muller, Perisic, and Gnabry. And up top, the killer, Robert Lewandowski.
It
was Lewandowski.
Lewandowski. I like
that. Again, first 10 minutes, it was a close game. Muller opened up the game in the 4th minute. Great play. He did a 1-1-2 Lewandowski, and then he finished for 1-0. Then, unfortunately, Alaba on goal. Then right after that, Messi played a through ball to Suarez. Boateng barely kicked out of bounds. That could have been a 2-1 for Barca. 2-1 for Barca, but unfortunately didn't go in. And then Messi had a free kick. He hit the crossbar. Then Messi had another shot, and that's it. That was only 15 minutes. After that, it was all Bayern Munich. 22nd minute, great goal by Perisic. 27th, Gnabry. 31st minute, Muller. First half finished 4-1. Second half ended as 4-1 as well. Suarez scored a 4-2. He gave Barca hope. But then Kimmich shot it down with a 5-2. Lewandowski 6-2. Coutinho with 2 goals at the end, 7 and 8-2.
Ouch.
Talking about the style of play, when Barcelona tried to come out of the back, love what you called?
Oh no, this
sorry, I just love right now. Okay. I thought
shit.
My drift flag, because I like to laugh at Barca fans right now.
That's you, Giancarlos. Make sure you take a clip of his love and send it to him.
Yeah.
So going back to the style of play of Barca try to play out of the back like they usually do. But Bayern's high press was so intense that I have never seen Ter Stegen lose the ball so many times like he did in that game. Literally, in a matter of 5 minutes, he lost the ball like 3 or 4 times. He literally just gave it to the other team. And that's how one of the goals came. He gave it to Sergio Roberto. Sergio Roberto, by the time he turned, it was too late. Perisic won the ball, and Perisic won and scored the 2-1, I believe. The 2-1. And then Busquets, too. Busquets kept losing so many soccer goals. It was insane for someone like Busquets to keep losing possession of the ball. Messi lost the possession of one of the goals and then scored. Overall, Bayern, it was a machine. It was 6-1, they kept going. 6-2, they kept going. 7-2, 8-2. I'm sure if you added 10 more minutes to the clock, they were gonna keep going and going and going. Bayern didn't want to stop. That's the German mentality of going and going and going. While you saw the other side, everyone has seen the picture of Messi during halftime, just sitting down,
Yeah.
looking down, no idea how to react. He knew the game was over. He knows he's not dumb. He knows there wasn't a comeback. It was 4-1 at halftime, and Bayern was destroying them. I saw reports that says Barcelona is going to send a letter to UEFA saying that Bayern raped them. So let's see how that goes.
Yo.
But yeah, what do you guys think? I enjoyed the game. Bayern was a machine. I love Bayern Munich. There we go.
That's hilarious.
What do you think?
Oh, the joy of Barca getting knocked out once again in the semifinals, quarterfinals, Champions League. It is 5 years that they have not won a Champions League. And I hope it continues to be like that for another 5 years. Bayern were the most superior team. They had an amazing bench. While you compare to Barca's bench, they only had
Sufati.
Yeah. And 120 million bags sitting right there. And it just baffles me of what kind of style they Setien had to go in there. Like, why do you not play Griezmann? Like, you bought him for a reason. You should play him at least. I think this is this game compared to me from Atletico Madrid game where he was surprised where Griezmann came on the 80th minute, some shit like that. It's just Bayern were more prepared. The 8-2 was totally unfair for Barca, but it just shows you damn, they're here to rape every team.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't surprised that Bayern won. I'm surprised in the scoreline. I mean, when was the last time you saw Barcelona concede 8 goals? To me, that says so much to me. I mean, I really don't have much to say. I mean, I love this game, obviously, because Barca lost.
Yeah.
But the way that they lost was just insane to me. I love this game because of the quality of the goals that Bayern made. I mean, all the goals pretty much that Bayern made were immaculate, man. That Alphonso Davies goal where he just completely probably ended Semedo's career at Barcelona. He just killed him on that flank, man. He just did what he wanted to Semedo. And it was insane because I saw a highlight today. Semedo actually was on his back at the end of that play, just looking at Alphonso Davies just completely wreck his career there. And it's crazy to me that Alphonso Davies was playing in the MLS 2 years ago. It just shows the crazy amount of depth and just quality that Bayern has. Lewandowski is looking crazy. I mean, I think they're actually going to be doing the European awards. No, I think they said that they were actually going to bring that back.
They're going to bring it back.
The Ballon d'Oro, and all. I think that might come back. So, Mueller, how old is Mueller? Still scoring goals out here. That crazy over the head pass. I mean, didn't he put a pass for Gnabry, that one such pass that he just sent over the back line of Barca, which was insane to me. I mean, they just have so much quality, Bayern, and I think that right now Bayern is just unstoppable. I don't see anyone beating Bayern right now, to be honest with you. Not even PSG with their full squad. So that final to me is going to be insane. I have PSG and Bayern in the final. And I think Bayern is going to win, but I think it's going to be a very interesting and entertaining game.
Mighty Huff.
What a crazy game, honestly. When I was watching that game,
Who would have thought?
Yeah, honestly. I would have thought they would have put up more of a fight, but I don't like that lineup. I don't like his lineup. I don't
Too
know.
defensive.
But even you're Barcelona. You got to go out there and show your dominance too. You can't just sit there and and take the Germans like that. You know,
And they
that's
did.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I think I would have gone with a 4-1-3-2. You know, same back line. Maybe Busquets as a CDM, De Jong, Dembele, Griezmann on the right, then Messi and Suarez as the two up front. I think that would have at least given you like the most potential to score against them, you know, because they have shooters. They have shooters, and if you don't go up against them with attack versus attack, your defense isn't it, you know. Their defense, I don't think, is it either.
No, they were
I
shaky.
don't
They were
think.
shaky.
Yeah, I don't think their defense is the best. I still think there are better defenses in the league. No, let me see. Let me say this right. There are at least 6 or 7 defenses that are better than their defense. I don't think Boateng's there no more. Alaba, you saw his own goal, which is funny. Alfonso Davies is a crack, but he's young. You know, you can get at him. The right winger can put some pressure on him. You know, so Kimmich is Kimmich, but still you could catch him out. So I just feel like if you're Barcelona, your defense isn't it. Why are you gonna go out there with how many defenders? How many midfielders? Busquets, De Jong, Vidal. You don't need that. You didn't need that in your system. Go out there and you trust Griezmann a little bit, trust Dembele a little bit, see what the first half looks like with them on the field, and then if anything, Vidal has legs. Bring him back in. Roberto has fucking legs. Bring him back in. But I just feel like the tactics were incorrect, and as much as you don't want to blame the manager, he has a lot to. I think this game is his fault. I think that this defeat like this is his fault.
Yeah.
But
think you have a point.
Yeah, the personnel did not help him though. The personnel did not help him.
I think you have a point, Javier. I think we all knew that Bayern was going to be too much for Barca, but it was on the coach that they got crushed like this, that scoreline. I think we all would have seen Bayern winning this game, but not an 8-2 scoreline. I mean, maybe 3-1.
That's just a gift.
It was just ridiculous, And Coutinho coming back and scoring those last 2 goals. Ouch. And it's crazy to see that because he scored those 2 goals, right? And he didn't celebrate too much because he probably knows sometime down the line he might be called back to Barca. So
he's
respect to him for that.
Season.
But what happened?
At the end of the season, he's going back.
He's going back at the end of the
season.
He's
going to go back with a Champions League trophy if it's possible.
What's up, guys?
Let's hope he goes back
right?
instead.
That's crazy.
Man. Damn.
Crazy game.
Let's talk about a little more about Barca later. Moving on for the last quarterfinal game, Manchester City against Lyon. Another crazy game. Another crazy result.
My God.
Another Barca legend getting left behind in the quarterfinals again.
I like that.
Everyone's criticizing Pep for his lineup because they're saying that why will you play with 3 defenders against a team like Lyon when you're so much better than them. Man City played with Fernandinho, Eric Garcia, and Laporte in the back. Midfielders were Kyle Walker, De Bruyne, Rodri, Gundogan, Joao Cancelo, and then up top, Gabriel de Jesus and Raheem Sterling. Everyone's saying like instead of Fernandinho, just play like you play with Madrid, 4-4-2, and 4-3-3, and have Mahrez or Bernardo Silva at top. Make Lyon worry about you instead of you worry about Lyon, and it didn't happen. Lyon played with a 3-5-2 formation, but they're used to that formation. They've been playing with this formation the whole season. While Guardiola improvised this formation on his most important game of the season. 1-0 on the 24th minute for Lyon. Mistake by Ederson because he wanted to help out his defender, but instead he ended up staying in the middle of the field, in the middle of the tracks, and he didn't know what to do. By the time he wanted to react and come back, the Cornet got the ball, put it around him, and scored the first goal. Then Kevin De Bruyne tied it up 1-1. Great play with Sterling. play the ball down the 18-yard box. Kevin De Bruyne finished like Tony Cruz down bottom corner. Then Luis Garcia, the coach of Leon, made some subs. He put in Moussa Dembele. He took out Depay. Everyone was like, "What the heck? Why are you taking out Depay?" But to remind everyone, Depay is he's coming back from an ACL injury, so he can't be playing that many minutes, in that many games in a row. But the coach was right. He put in Dembele. Dembele came on, scored 2 goals. One like literally 4 minutes into since he came on. I thought that was gonna be offside, but VAR said it play on. Again, VAR playing against Pep Guardiola always.
Yeah.
Great finish. Again, either some bad positioning, 2-1, and everyone was like, okay, 80th minute, they score you. You have so many people in the bench. React. What are you gonna do, Pep? And he took him like 6 minutes to react. He put in David Silva for Rodri. He still had 4 more subs to make, and in the bench he had Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. Yeah, people are like, yeah, but who are you gonna take out? If the score is 2-1, take out Laporte, take out Eric Garcia, just go and attack. It doesn't matter who you take out. You're about to be eliminated from the quarterfinals again. Put in Bernardo Silva, leave Laporte in the back by himself. Take out Eric Garcia. It took a few minutes for Pep to react. By that it was too late, because then on the 87th minute, Moussa Dembele scored the 3-1. Game over. Pep literally like just I forgot what he picked up from the phone. Just threw it back on the ground. He knew the game was over. Leon, what a team! They finished 7th. They finished 7th in the Farmers League. Not anymore. They finished 7th. How does a 7th place team beat this 2nd place team in the Premier League? It's unreal. But you can see like Leon, the defender, Marcelinho, what's his name? Marcelo. I don't know if you guys saw the fight that he had with Kyle Walker.
I saw that.
Like they were fighting the whole time. Marcelo's like, wow, I'm right here. Like, so it shows you like Leon came in to play. Leon came in to win. Leon wanted to be the semifinals. Man City, they thought by having the names that they have, by having Pep, by having the money, they thought it was gonna be enough. But Leon came in and put him in their place.
I mean, I wouldn't really say that Man City came in like that with that. That was their mentality. They thought the money.
Defensive. Not the money, but like.
I just feel like, come on, let's look at that lineup. Doesn't that lineup look like Pep overthought the game a little bit too much? That lineup just screams Pep is sitting at home at 3 a.m. overthinking. You know, that's the 5 a.m. lineup. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. If you have that much faith in Garcia, you don't need to play Fernandinho as the 3rd center back. Just keep him in Laporte, 4-1, 3-2, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Like, you know, but playing 3 at the back is suicide. It was suicide, especially when they have players like Depay that can get in and behind. And once you come up against a player like Fernandinho doesn't have the pace of Kyle Walker, you know. So Kyle Walker could have been in the beginning of the final third, and then Fernandinho was out there behind getting caught out. You know, so it was a mismatch, and I just feel like Pep. This is another sign that Pep is out here overthinking his own philosophies, and I don't know why he went with this formation. I don't know what he was thinking. You know, I just feel like he made a mistake. This was his Champions League to lose, you know, and I feel like I think it was his to lose. I think they had it in the bag. This was my team to go to the final. And I just think he really overthought this game a little bit too much, you know. I'm not on about this thing about France being a farmers league. You know, I think anybody on their day can beat anybody. Anybody. You know, these games, this is why this year's Champions League is so beautiful, because these are one-off games. And you talked about the attitude that the players had of Leon. And, you know, that's why you go in there to these games and you go with that attitude, because anything can happen in those 90 minutes. So you take it, you know. But what I will say is that, like, you look at this game and Leon didn't go there to sit down and be like a side character to Man City, you know. It's not like Barcelona, who went to go be a side character to the Bayern game, you know. It's a Bayern game now. So they showed up to the party and they said, hey, look, our strength is attack. We're going to go with this. We're gonna do our best to try to nullify their midfield and their strikers, and that's why we packed up the midfield. But you know what? We have faith in the pie, and we have faith in our players, and they did that. And I think it's just another sign of being proactive and what it'll get for you. I think Pep in this instinct wasn't being himself. He wasn't playing the Pep way.
Yeah, I feel like he overthought this way too much. When I first saw that lineup, I was like, okay, not what I expected, but I think Pep got this. And I was so wrong because Leon were there to fucking win this game. They had the mentality. They were like, nah, we're not going to play around this game. And it shows you because of Dembele, who was the game changer of this game, scoring 2 goals in the span of 4 minutes. I'm surprised no one is picking up this player. I thought I could have sworn Arsenal would pick this player up, like in sometime like 2017, 2018. Because this man, he's a prolific striker, and
I think he's a starter.
Yeah, and he's like the best super sub you can have, and he just like destroyed Pep's tactics like that. I don't understand. You guys saw Sterling miss that goal, like so. I was like,
I forgot about
so
that.
bad.
Not even just him. Jesus should have scored too. You know, it's just look. It just goes to show you that some of those players haven't. I don't think they've been there, and I don't think they have the experience to go take them all the way. You know, because how in the world does a player like Sterling miss that chance? How? How? He literally could have gone in with his shoulder and probably scored it, you know?
He had time to stop the ball and tap it in.
The only thing I have to say left is just like I don't think Pep is meant to win another Champions League
Without Messi.
without Messi or anything. I don't think he's meant to even win it with. I think what year did he win it? 2011 was his final year of winning the Champions League, and that's it, man. I think that's it. Man City are probably gonna splash more cash to try to win it again. But my final thought is Lyon were the better team, and they deserve all this praise from everyone. Serge, take it away.
Yeah, I think Javi had a point. You know, on any given day, you know, it's whoever shows up. So I think Lyon showed up in this game. They definitely showed that they were the hungrier team. I watched pretty much all of the second half. I missed the first half, but from what I was watching, Manchester City seemed like they were a completely different team from when they were playing Real Madrid. When they were playing Real Madrid, they were pressing all the way up into the Real Madrid half of the field. And, they were just trying to play tiki-taka. I don't know what they were trying to do. And Lyon was just pressing. And that's exactly what you do against a team that's comfortable. So I think Lyon came out with the right attitude and the right mentality. I think Dembele is a crazy super sub, like Lobo said. Maybe probably even a starter at this point. And yeah, I don't know what's left to say about Pep. Let's see what happens. But I don't know. I feel like Man City might be. I don't want to say they're overrated because they're not. But even with the type of style and type of game that they played against Madrid, Madrid lost that game because of their mistakes, not so much because of what Manchester City did. I mean, they capitalized on the mistakes, but again, like I said last week, Man City scored those goals because of Varane's mistakes. So I don't know. Maybe in the Champions League, Man City kind of chokes, and it definitely showed this last game. So
Yeah, definitely did. Who'd have thought? Man City and Atletico Madrid out.
So moving on, we're gonna talk about the semis with the predictions. So time to go back to the topic that Lobo brought back earlier, the collapse of the empire, of the Barca empire. Like Happy was saying, the youth system, it's broken. I don't think it doesn't work anymore. I think the difference is now back in the day, 2009, 2010, the reason why Barca was able to produce all those players is because at that time Barca didn't have the mentality of like we have to win, we have to win, we have to win. Now, 20, moving forward after them literally conquering the world, winning Champions League, winning 6 titles in one season, they have that winning mentality. So now, if you don't win, you suck. If you don't win, you get fired. I believe that they don't have the time to produce those players, to give those players those minutes, so they can feel comfortable, move slowly up in the first team, and be the first team. Iniesta, he made his debut in 2005, and then slowly they brought him to the first team. Same with Messi, same with Piqué, same with Busquets. It was a nice process. But now, because they're so used to winning titles, there is no time now. There's no time to waste and wait for that promised player to make it to become an elite player. Now they have to go out, spend $100 million for the Bellas, for Coutinho's, for the Griezmanns, and hope that they come in, fix the problems, and help Messi and Barca to bring them back to that status of the Barca empire. So that's one thing I think on why the youth system, like you were saying, is broken. Another thing, the president, ever since he came in, Jose Bartomeu, 2004, 2014. Yeah, on his first season, they did win the Champions League, but I feel like the last president already bought the players, already made the procedures to win it. So ever since he took over, they lost against Juventus, Roma, Liverpool, now Bayern, and before Juve, Atletico Madrid. All those 5 teams eliminated Barca in the quarters, semis. Now, I'm just throwing questions out there. Do you guys think there should be a whole new Barca in the sense of like everyone should leave? The sporting director, who's every capital, should he leave? Should they advance the elections to January instead of June of next year and get a new president? And last but not least, should Messi? Now, I don't think Messi's gonna leave. So should the new project be built around Messi, or should they think about Barca's future? Anybody?
I think it's a tough question, man.
I don't think the board is gonna change. To be honest, he's gonna get reelected.
No, he won't get reelected. That's for sure. He's not gonna.
Not after this last game.
No.
I don't know. You think you say no, but you don't know how the system works.
No, trust me. I know he will not get reelected. I pay you money right now if you want. He's not getting reelected. I guarantee you that.
I don't know, man. I think he will. If because like there's Barcelona, it won't be going back to that 6 trophies. You need time for them to like. They need a whole new system, a whole new philosophy.
Not philosophy.
No, yeah, you do, because what the president did, he just tainted that philosophy. You need something new.
I feel like they need to go back to the. I feel like they have gotten away from the philosophy. They need to go back to it.
No, they need to.
Koeman. Koeman is a legend in Barca. He scored the winning goal for them to win the first Champions League.
So I have a question for you. Lobo.
Yeah, but wait, before you ask that question, you just told me like you don't know the experience of Koeman. He was sacked with Everton. He did with Netherlands, but we don't know how he's gonna do with Barca. You don't know if he's the man for this.
Find out.
Yeah, I mean, you can never really know.
Because like what every team is trying to do is like replicate a Zidane. Have a past player come back, win them this many trophies. But he was the first player coach to get 3 champions in a row. That's what everyone's trying to do now with the Lampards, with the Artetas, with the Oles, with everything. They're just going, and the Pirlo too.
I wouldn't say that people are looking after to try to replicate that, because if in that sense, then you could say that they were always trying to replicate Pep. And I don't think that's the case, you know? I just feel like they're looking for the right person who understands the club inside and out and can potentially move them forward. I don't know if I agree with you in terms of like scratching the Barca project and saying, "Hey, look, our philosophy needs to be scrapped and we need to move on." You know, it's like saying Real Madrid won't use the Galacticos policy anymore. It just doesn't. It's not going to happen. You know, unless something serious happens. I think what they have to do is hit F5. They have to hit
Control Alt Delete.
Control. Man, listen, they need to refresh a lot of their players. That whole team needs the right coach to get them drilled properly. You know, honestly, it's just incredible to me that you could think that they have to scrap everything. I think honestly they need to not build a project around Messi. Messi somehow has to transition and phase out. You can't sit here and kid yourself that you're gonna build a team around Messi for the next 5-10 years.
2 years max.
You know,
I mean, look, CR7 is a great example, right? Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, he left Real Madrid, you know, to the Serie A, and now Real Madrid is not building around Cristiano Ronaldo. And I mean, they're not doing terrible. They won La Liga, so you know, there's definitely something there. But even the players in Barcelona are saying, look, there needs to be change not only in the players in the locker room, there needs to be change all the way up to the front desk. So if they're saying that, obviously there's something that, you know, there's something going on behind closed doors. So yeah, I think they need to change that date up to January and figure out someone new to come in and kind of refresh that whole locker room and bring players out. I don't see Messi staying, man. Honestly, like, I know he wants to stay. I know he's, you know, the Barcelona boy. He's been there for his entire career, but I think he needs to make a change. And like I told you guys before, I think Messi's probably going to end up in Serie A with AC Milan, Inter Milan, one of those teams. So I think they need to move that date up, and I think they need a complete revamp, because the players that they have now, they're not sweating that crest on their shirt, man. And I think the biggest thing of having a Zidane, an Ole, a Pirlo, a Lampard is that, like Javi said, those players know the club inside and out. And having that type of respect and that type of experience playing for that team, I think that says a lot in the coach, with the leadership going down to the players. So I think they need to move that date up.
Yeah, I'm honestly, take that example that you just said. It was perfect. Ronaldo at Madrid. You know, I don't see how a relationship that was that deep with Messi and Barca could end well. Like, think about like when Wenger was at Arsenal for so long. He's overstayed. You know, Ronaldo did the right thing. He felt like it was time for him to go, and you just got to get up and go. You know, I don't know if Messi has the audacity to do it. Honestly, I don't think he does. But it's time for him to at least see out another project, see if he can do anything somewhere else. Why not?
You know what's the problem with Messi is that now he became bigger than Barcelona. When you
That's
think
a fact. Yeah.
Messi, you don't think about Barcelona, you think about Messi. So once you become more than your own club, that's when, like, wow, what's going on? So that's why that's why some people criticize Papa Fiorentina Perez, because they're having players that they're about to hit that elite level of, I'm becoming more than the club. And he's like, no, you're leaving. Bye. He did it with Casillas. He did it with Ronaldo. He did it with Raúl. He did it with Figo. He did it with Beckham, in the sense of, like, no players should be created in the club. Why? Because players are going to be here for, like, 20 years max, and then they're going to move on. The club stays forever. Like you were saying, yeah, Ronaldo left. I was happy that Ronaldo left. I wanted them to bring someone to replace him, which they didn't. But I feel like now Madrid is moving towards a better direction of, like, let's build a team around the youth. Let's bring those youth players.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can become elite players and, you know, be cracks in the future. So I think that low-key, that's what Barca needs to do. I just don't see Messi leaving.
I just think it's too late for Barca too, man. Like you know, Cristiano left at a good time, because Real Madrid at least had some sort of foundation. Benzema came up We had, the youth players that had some Liga games where they played a couple minutes. But Barca really doesn't have anyone. Like if Messi leaves, who is Barca?
There's no transition.
Who's like
There's-
at least Real Madrid had, we had Sergio Ramos, we had Benzema, we had, Cruz, Modric. We had solid players that can kind of, balance the team. But if Messi leaves Barca, who you have Luis Suarez, you have Piqué, like who's
leaving
going
too.
to take over that team?
Suarez is leaving too. I heard Ajax.
Exactly.
wants Suarez back.
Bro, if Messi leaves Barca, you're looking at Barca as like maybe. Would you say Barca? Would you consider Barca a top 5 team in La Liga if Messi leaves? If Messi leaves, you lose Suarez, you lose Piqué, you lose half your squad. If Messi leaves, no one's gonna want to play with Barca.
That will be the new Manchester United.
Bro, so let me ask you this: if Messi leaves, is Barcelona a top 5 La Liga team?
Yes.
La Liga, yeah. La Liga, yes.
Yeah.
Europe, no.
Oh, Europe, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a better point. Yeah, top 5 La Liga, yeah, but then Barcelona becomes like a Man U. It's sad to say though. Let me take
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
that.
I don't know. It's just like it's just hard because Messi's been there forever, and I don't think he will succeed anywhere else because La Liga's different than any other leagues. Ronaldo, for him, is like he works so hard to be on those levels of those different clubs. I don't think Messi will even be up at that level. I can't see him going anywhere else except for going back to his hometown or even go to Beckham's Inter Miami shit. He just wants
watch your mouth.
Listen, that Inter Miami.
No, but soccer is it's like people forget. Like if you look at the last game prior to this Bayern game, Messi won Barca's last game. He carried them. Well, he scored like 2 goals the last game, right?
Balled out.
When he took on like 3 or 4 players and he scored a goal falling on his ass. Like Messi still has a lot in the tank, and like I said before, he has a lot left. Maybe he probably has like 2 years. He can easily go to the EPL, and like I said, with a supporting cast, somewhere where he's not like carrying the team on his shoulders, he can be a really good player and even probably win trophies.
I just can't imagine him talking English.
Oh yeah,
Italian,
well,
he doesn't even
knows?
speak Spanish.
Messi's a completely different player from Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi seems more of I don't know. Messi doesn't seem like a personal person. He doesn't seem like someone that gets along. He has too much of an ego, even more than CR7. I feel like CR7, he gets along more with his teammates. He kind of seems more involved. Messi kind of seems like he's just like that star player that, wants to sit by himself at the cafeteria and not talk to nobody type of thing. But that's just me. I don't know,
We'll see what happens. This whole week, we're going to see a lot of more news on Barcelona's future transfer, who might leave. I heard they want Piqué, Vidal, Busquets, and Rakitic. Like those 4 for sure, they want them to leave because they get paid so much money salary-wise that they want to use that money to bring more players into the team. They want to get rid of Coutinho as well when he comes back.
Still getting rid of Griezmann too.
They won't get rid of Griezmann. But again, they can just literally just kick everyone out and buy new players. There are tough times. They don't have money right now. They literally don't have money. Like Barca had such a perfect opportunity when they sold Neymar to rebuild the team. But instead, all they did was go out there impulsively and buy 2 players of 100 million each. The one is always injured, and the other one, they sent him to Bayern, Coutinho and Dembele. They had a perfect opportunity to build something, to build a team around Messi. But they messed up. They fucked up.
Honestly, I don't know, man.
It's too late now.
Look, let's just say, okay, let's try to solve this issue.
You want us to solve our rivals' situation? Give them advice, and then to listen to our podcast, they'd be like, "Estos putos son no right." Let's do it. Let's listen. Let's listen to Marty's Javi's suggestion.
All right, let's try to solve Barcelona's problems. All right, let's just say, okay, who has to go for you guys?
Who has to, does it include how many, or just give us a limit, or
Nah, I'm giving you 2 players you can kick out.
2 players?
For me,
Damn.
Busquets and Suarez.
For me, I would have to say Piqué and Rakitic.
Rakitic, so random.
I would go with Umtiti and Suarez.
Wow,
Wow.
Tite for sure. Yeah.
Tite for sure, yeah.
Umtiti.
I like those suggestions. Look, listen. That back line is shot, right? So either Piqué or Umtiti have to go. I think Suarez is nice. Let's get rid of him. And we can put Griezmann up top if anything. You know, I'm okay
That's
with
what I'm saying. You can get some good money for Suarez too. You know what I'm saying?
I think people would buy him. Listen, if I'm Barcelona, I'm going in and replacing Busquets with Partey. I'm bringing Partey to the party. How you guys feel about that?
I'm not mad at that.
Mm.
You know, I think we accumulate the money we sold for Suarez and Piqué, Titi, and we go in for Partey. You know, and we bring back Coutinho to sit alongside Partey. You know, and I feel like we could get something going here.